let's talk about something really serious really quickly, obviously, right? For sales leaders, you guys know we're coming close to the end of the month. What happens in the end of the month? You start reviewing your numbers. Now, once you start reviewing your numbers, you start to actually understand who's producing and who's not. Now, what's the number one job of a sales leader? Obviously, I feel like it's to protect the culture of your sales team. You gotta hire the right people, obviously, right? The great Jim Collins teaches us to get the right people on the bus. But obviously, right, once you have the right people on the bus, then you have to preserve that culture. Because a lot of times, you have to rely on the numbers. Now, come the end of the month, you get a chance to see, obviously, right, who's actually producing versus who is not producing. There's a few things you gotta look for, right? You gotta make sure that your agents are not lazy. You don't want a lazy sales team, right? People who get the work done, they get the work done. They go on to do great things, and you're chasing excellence, obviously, right? Then you gotta make sure that they're not victims, right? People will make excuses. People who are always looking for a way out, right? You gotta remove those people, obviously. And then, of course, you always have to look after the people who are dishonest, right? And you gotta make sure. Now, a lot of times, I can tell you this from personal experience, right? You try to overlook some things, you will pay later. So don't look over things. Those red flags are red flags for a reason. With that being said, guys, all right, you have to make sure that you are preserving culture. And in order to do so, you gotta make cuts, right? It's just the way it is, obviously, right? In order to preserve that culture. Now, if you do this right, you're going to have a successful sales team. You might even become legendary even inside of our world, right? But with that being said, I can't wait to know who you are. I can't wait to see what type of sales team you're building, but I can tell you this, make the cut. You guys know what I say. Sales leaders, money leaders change the world. Let's get it.